All right, so today I'm going to show you how to change out your top transmission mount on a 2014 Ford Focus. This will be for the 2012 through 2017. And if you need the other two mounts, the lower transmission mount, I did that on another video, and I also did the video on the front engine mount, so look for that on my other videos. But we are now concentrating just on this one, which sits directly below the battery box. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the air cleaner, and then we're going to take out the battery box. It'll be sitting right directly underneath that, and not too difficult. Now, it seems like this might be a lot of work. It isn't, so do not take it to the dealer. Do it yourself. You'll save a ton of money this way. Like I said before on the other videos, I bought three. I bought the lower transmission mount, the upper mount, and then your front engine mount, all for $77 off of Amazon. And, you know, it's going to take you about an hour to change out all three of these. So not a big deal. The front one I did in 15 minutes. The lower one down here took me about 30. And then this one should take me right around 30 also. So anyways, let's go get underway. Pop off your top of your battery box. We're going to take the hose clamp off of the mass airflow. And then I'm going to take this band off here. That way it disconnects this part here away from the, see, it just lifts right up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew this, and then I should be able to just swing this, hopefully, out of the way without any restrictions, and just kind of lay it back over the motor. All right, so we went ahead and took the band off. So go ahead and pull the cold air intake hose off. And then what you're going to do is lift this up. Now, there is also a little tab right here. A little rubber piece that you have to pull directly straight out on here. And then so it's just going to pop off like so. That frees up this. And then you just pull up on your air box. So let's go ahead and disconnect your mass airflow. And then you have to pull out, yeah, wow. This plastic keeper. All right, to do so, what you're going to do is you're going to take a flathead screwdriver. You have to get up underneath this little plastic piece here, and then you just pop straight up, just like this. Man, so you're just going to pull straight up like that, and then you're able to press down on it and pull straight off. Man, keep getting out of the picture here. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to pull up on the plastic piece just far enough. Now you're able to push in on the button right here, and then it just lifts straight off. So there you go. And now we're going to go ahead and take and pop this out just like that. Now let's just remove the whole entire air box. Makes it a little more easy. Go ahead and set that off to the side. Okay, so now we have to focus on the battery box itself. And the motor mount is sitting right directly below that. Not too difficult. So let's go ahead and disconnect your battery cable. And then you got your other one in the back here that we got to disconnect also. And then what we'll do is there'll be some bolts down inside here too. So let me do one thing at a time. All right, so a 10 millimeter, we'll take this off here. So your battery terminal itself will just come pop right off. You can get it the other one with a like a box end or open end, 10 millimeter. And then go ahead and take these off also. So we're going to go ahead, and these are the battery hold down. And then also the neat thing about this, you can take and lift up on it, and then it pulls out. This is how you get your battery out. And so if you ever need to change out your battery, this is the same way that you're going to do it right here. So you're going to just lift this out, And then go ahead and take this out. You should be able to slide the battery this direction. And then you can even probably get to the back terminal. All right, and so I just went ahead and slid this forward, and it makes it easier to get to your back, your negative side of your battery terminal. And so go ahead and take this off, and then totally remove it, and then you can actually clean it and all that stuff before we go putting it back in. All right, so you're gonna have 3 bolts. There's 1, 2, and the third one is down in the middle, right there. And that's your third one. Now, see how long they've been in here. It's all rusted up. You might have a little bit of trouble getting it out. You know, you can shoot it down with WD-40, you know, something to kind of penetrate down in there. But it is a 10 millimeter. So go ahead and take those 3 bolts out, and then we should be able to lift this whole box right out. So before you remove the upper transmission bolts, go ahead and put your floor jack underneath the transmission and just hold pressure on it. That way it doesn't move on you, before you take out the bolts. All right, after you successfully remove the battery box, you're gonna have 4 bolts on the outer corners, here, and right down here and over here. And that is going to be a 15 millimeter. That's gonna be taking those off. You'll have a center bolt right there that you do have to take off. That one is an 18. And then you've got 2 smaller ones on the outside, and that is an 8 millimeter. Anyways, so go ahead and remove all 7 of the bolts. All right, so now that you've removed all the bolts, go ahead and just take this bracket off. You don't need to remove it completely, just move it to the side so you can get in here and just replace the motor mount itself. All right, so here's your old transmission mount and your new transmission mount. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna pop this piece off and lay it right in place here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the small screws, go ahead and feed them back in. Now the transmission might need to be shifted over a little bit too to get them back in line. So go ahead and start to cinch these down, and then again, it's a good time to clean if you want, but this will be ready to go back in. It's pretty simple. All right, to show you right there, there's some cracking going on at the transmission upper mount, and there's the other side. So it was a good thing to change these out. All right, so I find it easier to put the bolt in first into the transmission before you hook anything else down. That way, if you have to move the transmission side to side, which you will, you can easily maneuver it, get it into the rear transmission mount into the hole, and then don't tighten this up, just get a good, spin it down a few times so it holds and bites in, and then you'll be able to move and shift everything else around until it drops in, and then you're fully aligned. All right, now that we got everything into position, the bolts are back in, you can go ahead and start. I would start with this one in the middle, cinch it up, and then bring everything else up tight after that. The other thing too, you want to make sure that you don't have any lines underneath here pinching off, wiring or any tubing or anything. So just double check that before you go cinching everything down. All right, so this is the final finished product. So make sure that everything is cinched up before you lower your jack stand out of the way. And then go ahead and lower it down. And then what we do is just reassemble. Go ahead and stick your battery box back in. Everything's just in reverse order. And go ahead and pop that back in place. And let's put the 3 bolts back. All right, now it's a great time to change out bolts if you want. That's what I did. I just ran down to the local hardware store and picked up some new bolts. And go ahead and tighten those down. Well, let's put our battery back in. All right, so now that you got your battery terminals, all your cables back on your battery terminals, they're all tightened down. The doors put back on here. Let's go ahead and put the hold down strap in place, and then go ahead and bolt that down. You can go ahead and put your top cover back on, and then we'll start working on the air box. All right, so now that you're going to put in your air box now, there's, this is one of your hold down points. There's another one. This is just your air intake from the bottom. So it's the cold air intake coming in. And then, you know, you have to hook up your mass airflow. And then over here, you've got this little strap. So let's go ahead and set that in. Just make sure that you're clearing everything. Super easy to do. Go ahead and just pop it down in. Okay. Make sure it's locked down in the back. Okay. And then what we're going to do, make sure these two align here. There you go. Just like that. Okay, remember you have a strap on the very front here. Right here. So this one here. And then what you're gonna do is pull it tight, strap it down. That is done and completed. Your box is somewhat in. And what you're gonna do now is you're gonna make these two together, go ahead and tighten this up, and then we'll go ahead and slide this back in and hook up your mass airflow right here. You should hear a click. Okay, and so you just push this down, push down until it bottoms out, and then go ahead and push down the red retainer so it holds it in place. And then let's just go ahead and hook this up real quick. All right, so this is the completed product, and your upper transmission mount is done and completed. Take it out, test drive it, and see how it runs. It should stop your vibration issues. And hope you like this channel. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I have other videos too on the same vehicle. We replaced the front motor mount and also the lower transmission mount. So if you need those, check those out. And anyways, I'll see you on the next one.